Among the new wave of AI design and no-code tools, Lovable, Bolt, and V0 have been making a lot of noise, each promising to help you create beautiful, production-ready apps in minutes. But beyond the buzz, how well do these platforms really perform when you put them to the test? In this video, I'm running a real-world challenge. I'll ask each tool to build an Airbnb-style app using a simple prompt. Then, I'll test their ability to create a different app by providing just a URL. And finally, I'll see if they can generate a full app using only a screenshot. Stick around. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which tool is the right choice for your next project. Before we wrap up, let's quickly talk about pricing. Because depending on your budget, this might be the deciding factor. Lovable offers a free trial, but it's limited. You can test out the platform without paying up front, but you'll hit some restrictions pretty quickly if you're working on bigger projects. Bolt operates on a freemium model. You can start building for free, but you'll need to upgrade to a paid plan to access production-level features like custom domains, API integrations, and advanced exports. V0 also has a free plan, but just like the others, serious projects will eventually require a subscription to unlock full access, including advanced deployment options and more complex outputs. All right, now that we know what each tool promises and how their pricing looks, it's time to actually put them to the test. We're going to try cloning Airbnb.com, one of the most popular platforms for booking travel stays. It's a well-known, cleanly designed site with a homepage that includes a search bar, listings grid with images, filters like location and price, and a simple top navigation. Here's the prompt we'll give all three tools. Clone Airbnb.com. Include the homepage and a listing page, add a header and footer on all pages, use real placeholder images, not gray boxes. On the listing page, show at least 3 pricing options, image carousel, and reviews. Let's plug the same prompt into Lovable, V0, and Bolt. Now, while all three tools are processing, let's give them a second. Some of them might take a little longer depending on how complex the prompt is. We'll see not just how fast they are, but also how well they understand the task. Let's give them a moment and then dive into the results. All right, let's talk about the results. First up, Bolt was the fastest. It generated the project almost instantly with a clean and structured landing page, complete with interactive elements, real dummy images, and placeholder text. Lovable took slightly longer to generate. But once it finished, it produced a similarly structured, interactive landing page, again with proper dummy images and generic descriptions. It definitely feels polished and closer to something you could refine into a real product. Finally, V0 also managed to create a layout that matched the Airbnb style. However, it fell short when it came to interactivity. And instead of real placeholder images, it mostly used blank or generic blocks. It still got the structure right, but it would definitely require more manual work to make it feel complete. So in this first test, in terms of speed and out-of-the-box polish, Bolt and Lovable came out slightly ahead of V0. Now, let's run a second test. This time with something a little simpler. We're going to try cloning system.io, a lighter SaaS-style landing page that's much less complex than Airbnb. I'm using the same kind of prompt again. Clone system.io. I'm going to copy the prompt into Lovable first, then move on to Bolt, and finally test it with V0. Here's how each tool performed. V0 actually did a great job here. It picked up the overall structure really well, and even mimicked a pop-up, which was a nice extra touch for a lighter project like this. Bolt struggled a bit. Instead of giving us a close clone, it generated something pretty generic, missing the unique design elements of system.io. Lovable was better than Bolt, but still missed important details, like a proper header, which made the page feel incomplete. So, overall, V0 handled the lighter SaaS-style landing page better than the others, while Bolt and Lovable didn't fully capture the original. Now let's move on to something even trickier. We're going to test if these tools can clone a real website just by uploading a screenshot. For this test, I'm using a screenshot of zbs.capital, a clean, modern site with a few key elements: a full-page background image, simple text over the hero section, a prominent call to action button. I will first upload the screenshot into Lovable. Now let's move over and upload it into Bolt. And finally, we'll upload it into V0. Alright, now let's see how each one performs. I'll upload the same screenshot into Lovable, Bolt, and V0, and we'll see how they handle it. First impressions. All three tools were able to recognize the basic layout, the header, the main text, and even recreated the call to action button. But none of them managed to capture the background image correctly. It was either missing or replaced with a plain color. Also, while the button was recreated, each tool applied a different style than the original, changing colors, borders, and sometimes even the size. It's clear that cloning from a screenshot works for basic layouts, but if you need pixel-perfect designs or background images, you'll still need to do some manual adjustments. And there you have it. Lovable, Bolt, and V0 all bring something different to the table. Depending on your needs, like speed, accuracy, or design quality, one might fit you better than the others. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment telling me which tool you'd pick for your next project. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.